Welcome. Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome back to a review of your tarot card of the year reading. And in this video, I will be reviewing the tarot card of the year reading I did for Justice back at the end of December 2022. And my intention for these next few videos, and I am going through all of the cards that I did at the end of last year, is to sit at this 6-month point of the year in a review and reflection of those readings, because I think it's really important that we review our year ahead readings or our tarot card of the year readings. And I will add new insight as well as draw an extra card for you to carry you through for the next couple of months, deepening your reflection into this particular reading. Okay, I have already done quite a few of them, and all of these videos are added to the same playlist. So the about 20 videos from December will be added to the approximately 20 videos that I'm doing over this week. And I also want to say that these videos, these readings, are being conducted during the 777 portal, which is a very unique time. It is a tremendous opening, and so I would like you to really open your heart to the messages that come through today, okay? And I want to say welcome to those of you that are watching the replays as well as popping into some of the live streams. And for those of you that don't know me, hi, I am Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader, healer, and just really love this medium to help work through one's journey. And I'm here to support you on this journey. And so this is a reading. In this particular, so the deck that I'm working with is the Margaret Peterson Tarot. And in each of these readings, you have one card from each suit, as well as the reading supported by an oracle. And yes, these are the same cards that I drew for you in December. Okay, so whether you're looking at this as a Libra reading for 2023 or your tarot card for Justice, I think this is quite a poignant reading here. And there's a few things that came through loud and clear. One is the Mother of Feathers up in the top right. And the word that came through last year was Eye of the Storm. And I hope that by this point you have found that focus and are now moving through this strong energy that you're being invited to reset for this year. Maat, goddess of justice, weighing the hearts, a force daring to meet the shadows of the underworld, she who relentlessly examines the soul. Sprawled out before her, the karmic law of cause and effect, a lively process and an enduring balance. There were many synchronicities in this particular reading, and this new direction that is opening up for you feels like quite a shift of course. Quite a shift of course. And we have some really interesting combinations of cards here. One is the Oracle, the deep freeze, that sits next to the sacred space of the Four of Flames. And the Four of Flames is a message that repeated has been coming up in many of these readings. And so far, I believe you are the only reading that it is in combination with a deep freeze, almost as if there is a resistance to the warmth, a resistance to sacred space. Now, on the other hand, when we move into the deep of winter in our hearts, in our mind, in our soul, this is a place of integration. It's a place of healing. But at this point in the year, I would suspect that the ice has begun to thaw and you are finding more freedom and movement. There are repeating messages here about the direction of where this is going and what this balance involves. I asked you, did you disconnect? Did you disconnect from other humans? Diving into that deep freeze. Because it's easier to do it alone. Was there something that happened that caused you to distrust, or simply to find yourself in a place where the isolation there was less fear in the isolation than there was in the connection with others? And so I'm going to expand on that. And I would like to go to your Shaman's Oracle Hunter Vision, which is the card that I ended with in December, and just refresh your memory. I am the hunter of vision, and wherever I walk, wherever my arrow falls, I show the way toward a complete understanding of the world and the place of others within it. My sight is clear and far-reaching, as confirmed by the Mother of Feathers. You have an internal vision. You probably have very clear sight externally as well, too. That is a gift that is so worthwhile developing, and I suspect that this might be one of the reasons for the shutdown. The warmth that will be slowly growing throughout this year will help you to see things in a different way, but know that your gift of sight, your gift, and now this is not just three-dimensional sight, this means insight. This means the ability to discern, is a skill that I would continue to develop and work with. And I understand how giving yourself space makes this easier. It's harder to find discernment when we are with others. But you've had some practice in this, and it may be time to move a little bit closer. My sight is clear and far-reaching, and I understand truth and reconcile others to it, even when it is hard to accept. I seek the most profound values of life and the deepest awareness of spiritual truth. And so I suggest that this space that you create or have created for yourself was part of your self-development, was part of fine-tuning this skill. And yet there are others who will benefit from this. So part of this process, part of this reset that you are experiencing this year is understanding the highest purpose of your vision, the highest purpose of your ability to discern. And that is a gift that Spirit is wanting you to share with others. Now, this requires a tremendous amount of courage and also some prowess with this skill. Excuse me, I'm just sort of overwhelmed with energy here. The sword can be very harmful and very sharp, and I sense your space, the space that you have taken in the past, and the space that is slowly, the walls are slowly starting to come down, may have been created because others found you too intimidating, or there were words that you shared that weren't received well. Perhaps you couldn't find a way to deliver your message with kindness. You were accused of being sharp. And this melting of the fire, this melting of the ice, this slow process is part of your unfolding. And it has yet another step where you move towards other humans and you help them with this process by sharing your discerning visions and perceptions. I seek the most profound values of life and the deepest awareness of spiritual truth. With me at your side, you will see more clearly and understand what further questions you need to ask. So I'm wondering if some of these messages, some of your experiences, interpretations, had you were, and even for me as a reader, sometimes it's hard for me to deliver a message with loving kindness, and I don't want to make you feel bad in any way. I want to empower you to understand that this edge that you are learning to soften is a process, and your loving kindness towards yourself is an important part of this. And I think with Justice in a Chariot year, and I'm just reflecting on the idea of Chariot energy and Cancer and mother, water, emotions. I'm wondering if part of this was the harshness of your relationship with mother, perhaps even through your family DNA, through generations. Relationships between mother and daughter or mother and son haven't been ones of loving kindness, or you have been following a path guided by expectations and not by your heart. And so there may be multiple layers here that you are simultaneously unfolding. Your heart is expanding. Your heart is expanding. And I smile because I think of, not Scrooge. You know, The Grinch, the story, Dr. Seuss. And that image where his heart began to expand and expand and expand, and it broke out of that cage. I see something really similar for you. Like, you begin to understand that this year of reset is exactly about that. It's about opening your heart and knowing that it's okay to open your heart. Your guiding light is drawing you towards so much warmth and a growth and an expansion of connection with others. I suggested last year that practices of forgiveness, practices of letting go would be important to your journey. And if you didn't listen to that reading, or this is something that's all new to you and you're just chiming in here today, the thawing of the ice, the process of integration and stepping into your own, means that the cords, the weight, the ties, and I can also feel my throat here. It's almost like you were restricted from speaking as well too. This energy that, or this, it's like it's a cloak. Might not feel like armor. I mean, we do have a picture of ice over here, but it's, you are shedding this, you are softening this, and the cloak is becoming more flowy. So what I was saying is that by letting go of the stringent ties, chains that others or others' words or opinions or expectations have had over you, begins to create freedom. And so it will continue to be important to release, release, release. Forgiveness is not about condoning others' actions or inactions. Forgiveness simply creates space for you, and that is what you are moving towards. Yabyum is not so this card here from the Tulku Oracle depicts Buddha in the embrace of his consort as a symbol of transformation from ignorance to wisdom, from blindness to insight. It is the fruition of the union between humans and the divine. This intimate union brings about not only bliss, but clear light, and teaches us that it is only through the union of the two that the true transformation is possible. With the Yab-Yum energy, this would suggest perhaps that this is also reflected or has been reflected in intimate relationships. I'm not sure how this would manifest for you. I see that the feminine DNA, the feminine lineage and ancestry is an important part of this. So perhaps your behavior, the role that you take on and have taken on in relationship, it's like you have been on this hamster wheel. And this year, you're finally saying, this is enough. Not only do I deserve to find peace and balance and harmony, but I'm demanding this of myself this year. I have never been clearer about what it is that I want. You have honored the journey towards integrity and have learned many things. I feel like I just said this. It is as if you've carefully woven a colorful silk cloth from the finest threads of your experience. And after serving as a beautiful veil, the veil is now being lifted. What is revealed beyond is even more glorious. And you will be able to see beyond this veil into new worlds with new eyes. So part of your awakening is trusting that this is exactly what you are moving toward and where you are going. It may feel really tricky at times, but this is a very important year for you. And I think there is a lot of opportunity here. I mean, divine support. Your guides are always with you. But this is very sacred energy, and it's I feel like you're being pushed. You're being pushed a little. You're being pushed beyond your comfort zone, and if that makes you feel uneasy, then know that the uneasier you feel, the more you are on the correct path. When I look at, so 3 of Cups, 4 of Flames, this is such this is a growth of sacred space. It's a growth, and this is on your receptive side. It's on the left-hand side of the reading. It's really building something beautiful for you. It truly is. And these 2 cards together, the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Coins, paint, if you think of the 3s, the 6s, and 9s as many completions, it's like this is such an important stage for you. And often when we don't align our intentions with what Spirit is intending, opportunities pass. So please take advantage of every opportunity you have to be in your spiritual practices this year, and continue to allow this unfolding. I'm shuffling the Tarot of the Strange Branches, Le Tarot au Amour Étrange. I'm going to draw another card for you. By letting go, you begin to rekindle a passion within, and your purpose becomes so much clearer. Allow this extra card to give us some direction and fine-tune the focus over the next month. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest, for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. I also want to read a little bit from Margaret Peterson for the 6 of Coins. All right. So this is the 10 of Fire. The 10 of Fire. So I was asking this month, it feels that the straw that breaks the camel's back, you know, like that's this month's energy. Maybe this is your breakthrough month, where you declare, I can no longer pretend. I can no longer say nothing. I can no longer carry this, because it is debilitating. And I wasn't picking up on your physical health before, but I sense that with this release, you will feel a whole lot better. And if you have an opportunity to, now this is often a month of family reunions and connections with families, as people travel and take vacations. I wouldn't encourage you, in a public forum to get carried away, but are there cousins? Is there a favorite auntie? Is there one person you could practice practice with, begin to find this release and start to unfold this burden with someone that you trust. Six of Coins. Some interesting messages from Margaret, and one is one of grounding. She says, pay attention to your posture. How do your feet stay on the ground? Do they carry the weight of your body? And this is interesting that I was drawn to this card, and often we see in this 10 of Wands poor posture because the burden has become so heavy that we can't sit up tall. We don't walk tall. She suggests feel your feet on the ground. Feel the bare feet on sand, on stones. Do your feet carry the weight of your body? The feet take in and the hands give away. Once this flow is established, new growth will happen. An exchange without blockages. Experience this cycle as primal movement and apply it with your relationships with people. I can feel my right shoulder almost as if it is wanting to burst forth in release. With the idea of hands and feet and drinking up the energy through the feet and releasing it through your hands, this is a gift. This is a gift that you are releasing to others. Perhaps as well too, and I think I may have said this in December, that this process that you're going through is for others. It's because others weren't able to do this. And you are taking on and carrying through a really important dharma in your family. And perhaps you will shift the energy forever and always because of this courage. So the hands, right? The hands, the releasing, the gift. And I would like you to particularly focus on the right hand. Often it's seen we receive through the left and give with the right, but there's something about giving and releasing, softening the right side, letting some of this tension unfold from your shoulder out through the hands. When I think about what Margaret's saying here with the feet and feeling the bare feet on the soil and the giving and the receiving and the balancing. I mean, you couldn't have a more perfect card here. The six of Coins in the Waite-Smith deck also has scales on it. And your theme for this year is one of scales and balance and reset and karmic justice. But I like this idea of in order to let go, we also need to fill up. And in a way that filling up is filling up from Mother Earth. It's giving us a sense of grounding and vitality. And this is very important for your nervous system. So take this in baby steps. We're only halfway through the year and you have great work ahead. Allow the ice to continue to melt. Find the courage in your heart to practice your releases with those that you love and trust. And this will help to slowly build strength and courage. Okay? This cycle is coming to an end. And it is time to release the burden, the responsibilities, all that you've been carrying. The wheel is a turning, okay? Take good care. And Let me know how you're doing, and I would love it if this reading resonates with you, that you come back a little bit later and you write something in the comments below. Okay? Namaste.